Hi guys, welcome back, and hello if you are new. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks, since I've uploaded. Things have just been really crazy recently, so I just kind of took a little bit of a back seat. However, with that in mind, I now look at the follow-up from Shadow of Life, which was released in 2020 and basically came out of nowhere and absolutely destroyed everyone and introduced UMBRA VITAE. So if you're not familiar with UMBRA VITAE, they are formed of current and ex-members of various bands that range from the Red Chord, Job for a Cowboy and Converge. With that in mind though, the all-out barbarity that we kind of first experienced in the band is definitely still here, and there's, the feeling of grind and death metal for sure. It's tracks like Deep End and also Reality and Retrograde that I think really keep that sense of intensity up. But then you've also got tracks like Belief is Obsolete, which I think kind of taps into that sort of Trespasses, Cutter, those really heavy songs from Converge that just absolutely go for it. And so as I mentioned, the last record was very sort of intense, very in your face, and I think this one is a lot more experimental. These angular riffs are very much back, and I think they hang in the balance even more, as you can see on Past Tense. But for me, there are moments where it almost kind of moves into that doom metal aesthetic and kind of reminded me at times of like Blood Moon, that kind of idea of what they're trying to put together here, and also a little bit of Wear Your Wounds, I guess. Cause and Effect also features a really beautiful acoustic section with these sort of like harrowing screams as well, as we kind of get moved towards this next, sort of verse kind of section, which I thought was really interesting and totally kind of caught me off guard, I'll be honest. The album also opens with Leave of Absence, which has this sort of like swelling violin feel to it. And it also is kind of recurring throughout the record and comes back on Fatal Flaw. But it was kind of quite an experimental, slightly avant-garde kind of thing that was going on, which again took me quite by surprise. That experimentation also kind of extends to the guitar leads as well. Anti-Spirit Machine has a really cool, interesting solo, I think, but then Nature versus Nurture has this cool sort of like trade-off section, which I thought was quite interesting and genuinely, fairly surprising. I do also think there's maybe a little bit more emphasis on groove this time. Clear Cutter really is a song that, for me, is kind of like a standout favourite. And the ending of the track particularly, I think, showcases how great the drummer is. Equally though, it then showcases how, the drums can basically turn a song completely on its head on 2020 Vision. I like the fact that the tracks are more memorable and they're not just trying to kind of rip your head off this time round. Having said that though, I do think that maybe there were quite a lot of them, and maybe, trimming the fat a little bit might have been sort of a bit beneficial. Having said that though, there's more experimentation and I kind of enjoy that, and I kind of appreciate the fact that the band are trying something different. With Light of Death, UMBRA VITAE have proven that they are more than just the kind of collaborative band with friends, and have actually, I think, pushed their sound further forward than I thought they would. And although maybe not all of the songs hit the mark for me, there are a vast number that do, and I would absolutely recommend this for any fan of, the Red Chord, Converge, and definitely one that I'll be revisiting throughout the year. So for that reason, I'm going to give this album an 8 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this album review. Let me know what you think in the comments underneath me. I always appreciate all of the support, and if you did enjoy this, it'd be great if you hit that like and subscribe button, show your friends, all that sort of stuff. It's hugely appreciated, and I'll see you guys very soon for another album review.